Hi all, in this session we are going to learn about Azure Load Balancer. Here we can learn what is Load Balancer, how to create Load Balancer, where we are going to use this Load Balancer, everything we are going to discuss in detail, and I am going to show it to you in a practical manner as well. Let us quickly understand what do you mean by Load Balancer. In simple terms, I can say the Load Balancer is used to distribute the load across the backend servers. Why it need to be distribute the load? Because of in order to maintain the high availability of your application, because of if I make a burden on a specific resource all time, what will happen? Maybe there is a chance the resource will went down. In order to avoid those scenarios, what I will do? I am going to distribute the load. Means whatever the traffic which comes to my application, I am going to distribute the traffic to the backend servers. How many servers are there? That many servers are going to distribute those traffic. Means there is no burden on single resource. There is a servers are going to distribute the traffic. Who is going to distribute the traffic? The load balancer is going to distribute the traffic to the backend servers. This is the purpose of load balancing. Here in Azure, based on the traffic, the Azure is going to provide two types of load balancers are there. One is network load balancer and the second one is application load balancer. Here, if the traffic comes from network or IP based traffic, then we are going to use Azure Load Balancer. If the traffic comes from HTTP or HTTPS or URL based, then we are going to use Application Gateway Load Balancer. Here in this session we are going to learn about Azure Load Balancer only. So the Azure Load Balancer is going to work in the layer 4. Means whatever the IP based traffic comes to your application, the Azure Load Balancer can be able to hold or to transfer this request to the backend servers. Simply we can call as Azure Load Balancer will be called as Network Load Balancer because of it is going to work in the layer 4 only. Okay, fine. Here in Azure Load Balancer or Load Balancer, we have two types of load balancers are there based on the nature, like public load balancer and internal load balancer. Suppose if your traffic came from internet, you don't know where it is just came from internet. Means from public internet you just want to distribute your traffic to the backend sources, then you are going to use public load balancer. Suppose you are hosted an intra application for your internal employees. Here there is no traffic from the internet. Only internal employees who are working in your organization are going to access this application. Means the traffic is going to distribute across internally. Then you are going to use internal load balancer. Here public exposure is not required. Means it is not going to hit any kind of public traffic. So it is only hit by the internal employees. Then we are going to use internal load balancer. Here guys, I am going to make some kind of document for you. Here this is the document which I had been provided to you. In this document I had provided each and everything. What are the steps I am going to follow? What is what? Each and everything I had mentioned in the document. This is for your reference. If you are interested, just please go through this material. Then you will have some kind of better understanding what exactly it is. First of all, you just need to understand theoretically. Then we need to understand about practically. Fine. Let us see this diagram. Then you will have some kind of better understanding. So see this diagram. I am going to open screen marker in order to make visually appearance to you. Here what we will do, assume there is a scenario. You are hosted an application indigo.com. Here if any user try to access your application from internet, here user 1, user 2, user 6, these all are internet users. From internet the user is trying to access your Indigo application. What will happen? It is going to hit the load balancer because of if all these 6 users has been connected to the server 1, then what will happen? The server 1, because of this high volume, maybe there is a chance the server 1 will went down. In order to avoid that, what we will do, we are going to distribute the traffic to the multiple backend servers from the load balancer. This is the purpose of load balancer. Here, assume the user 1, from user 1 to user 6, there are a lot of users. They are trying to access your application. The name of the application is indigo.com, for example. So whenever the traffic has been hitted to the load balancer, what the load balancer will do? It is going to distribute the incoming traffic to the backend servers. Here, what are the backend servers? Server 1 and server 2 are the backend servers. Fine. So this is the scenario. So here I just want to implement the same concept in a practical manner. Then what I will do, here I am going to create two servers in order to make the high availability of your application. Here at the same time, these two servers I am going to create in the availability set. What is the purpose of availability set? To make the VM highly available. Why I need to make highly available? Even though the entire rack, suppose why we are going to select the availability set, the what is the option here? Availability set is going to protect your resources at the data center level, means it is going to provide high availability option to your VMs at data center level. Here if I am going to choose 2 fault domains and 3 update domains, assume what will happen, it is going to create the same in the another rack, same server 1, same server 2. Here in 2 racks is there. Even though the entire rack failed, what will happen, it is going to distribute the traffic from this rack. This is nothing but a fault domain. This is a fault domain 1 and this is a fault domain 2. When will happen? When you are going to choose the availability set, the fault domain 2, it is going to create your servers in the 2 racks. This is the first rack and this is the second rack. Even though because of some other issue, the entire rack has been failure, even though in this scenario as well, the application will be running with the help of the rack 2. So this is the beautiness of the availability set. Here everything I am going to show to you in a practical manner. So what here how I am going to implement. So first of all, I am going to create 2 servers. I am going to create these 2 servers in one availability set, and I am going to create the network load balancer, that is nothing but Azure Load Balancer. The traffic comes to the load balancer is going to distribute among the backend 2 servers. This is what I am going to implement. Fine. So here I am going to quit it. Just keep this diagram in your mind, guys. So I am going to Azure portal. Here click on the resource group, because of this is the first and foremost thing which you need to be create before creating any resource. Here I am just making resource group 1, and here I am going to create in the east west region. That's fine for me. Just click on create. What will happen? The resource group will be created soon. So once the resource group has been successfully created, then you need to create the virtual network. Instead of using the default network, we are going to create our customized network in order to put our resources. So the default resource group is RG1, and I am going to set the name of virtual network is VNet1 and click on next. Next, here I am going to, instead of making the subnet as default, I am going to make subnet1, and the range of IP address starts from 10.0.1.0. Here the range is from 10.0.1.0 to 10.0.1.255. Here I will get 256 IPs from this subnet. Just click on save and click on review plus create. So first of all, you just created the resource group. Inside of the resource group, you are going to create the virtual network. So once these 2 things has been successfully created, what is the further thing? You just need to create the virtual machines. Here just click on duplicate tab. So the virtual network creation is in progress right now. We have successfully deployed the VNet1. So here go to first tab, and what is the further thing which we need to create? We need to create the virtual machines. Here just click on create, click on virtual mission. Here I am going to create 2 virtual machines. and the resource group name is RG1. The name is web server 1, and I'm going to select East US, and availability zone as availability set. If you want to make your VM highly available at data center level, which option we are going to select? Availability set. Right now, did I have any availability set option? No, I need to create one new availability set. Here, just click on create new. Then it is going to show one pop-up. Just create availability set. I am going to create one availability set name AVS1. Here I am going to select two fault domains, means two fault tracks will be created, and 5 update domains, means 5 logical groups will be there. Just click on create. Here automatically in the availability set I had selected the AVS1. This is the availability set. Here I am going to select standard security type and Windows 2010 data center. That's okay for me, and the size is also okay for me. And I am going to set the password, username and password. Okay. Okay, I am going to set the password for the web server 1. If the both passwords has been matched, then only the green tick mark will appear here. Just come down. Here I am going to allow the ports HTTP and HTTPS, because of without enabling this ports, the HTTP traffic or HTTP ports are not allowed. So okay, and click on next. Next, go to networking. Select which network you are going to create, VNet 1 and subnet 1. Fine. Without disturbing anything, just click on review plus create. Then it is going to validate your VM settings. Once the validation has been successfully passed, just click on create. It is going to create web server 1, and at the same time I'm going to create one more virtual machine. So right now I am in the duplicate tab. Just click on virtual machines, guys. Just click on create. Click on Azure virtual machine. Here select the resource group RG1 and virtual machine name is web server 2. Can I create two virtual machines with the same name? No, there is no way. We can't be able to create the two servers with the similar name. It is not going to allow. Suppose if you type a web server 1, it is throwing error. Is it throwing error or not? Yes. That's why I'm going to set the name as web server 2. I'm going to select the same region, because of here we had selected the option availability set. It is limited to the single data center and a single region. So that's why I'm going to select the same region East US where my web server 1 is located. Here I'm going to select the availability option as availability set. Here just click on AVS1. This is the availability set which I had created. So security type, just select standard, and image you are going to select Windows Server 2019, and standard AS1. This is the size. This will fulfill my requirement, and here I am going to set the username. Okay, I am going to set the password. Here I am going to allow the ports HTTP, HTTPS. Fine. And next go to networking and check where it is going to create VNet 1 and subnet. Okay. Here the public I am going to enable. Here the NIC security group. Here for VM you have already one network security group will be created. If you want to check the same, go to web server 1, go to network settings. Here it is going to show to which network security has been created. It web server 1 NSG. Here I am going to attach the same NSG to the web server 2 as well. So that's why NICS network security group, go to advanced option. Here you have the option web server 1 NSG. Select the NSG, same NSG. Okay, and here turn off and review plus create. It is going to create, or it is going to validate first of all. So once the validation has been passed, then you will have the option click on create. Then it is going to create the web server 2. Okay, right now up to now what I had done, I just created one resource group. Inside of the resource group I had created one virtual network. Inside of the virtual network I am going to create one availability set. Inside of the availability set I am going to create web server 1 and web server 2. For these two web servers, I have the only one NSG, that is web server 1 NSG. This is the NSG I am going to apply on top of these two VMs. As you know, NSG can be applied on top of NIC or on top of subnet as well. Fine. So just go to the virtual machine. Here right now we are in web server 1 and currently it is running state. Just click on connect. Then you are just trying to connect to the web server 1. Just open the, click on connect. Here you are going to make it as a web server. Then what you need to install? IaaS service you need to install on top of web server 1 and web server 2, because of without installing the IaaS service, how you will be able to access the content? Generally, the IaaS service is used in order to host our web applications. So you must and should you need to install the IaaS service on your web server 1 and web server 2. Again, download the RDP file. Just open the file, click on connect. It is asking you password. Just please pass the password. Then you will be able to connect to the web server 1 over RDP protocol. Whenever you had selected NSG in a basic, then by default the RDP protocol will be open for you if it is a Windows machine. So just wait a moment guys, it will be connecting soon. Yes, here it is asking you to pass the password. Just pass the password, click on OK. Yes, click on yes. Then you are going to connect to the web server 1 with the help of RDP protocol. So if you pull here are you able to see this is a web server 1, and check here in the similar way, go to resource, your web server 2 deployment is also completed. So here try to connect to the web server 2 as well, because of we need to install the IaaS service on top of these two machines. So download the RDP file and click on connect. Check whether it will be able to connect or not. Yes, the machine is not yet ready, so that's why it is denying. So once the mission is successfully completed, the deployment has been successfully completed, then it is allowing you to connect over RDP protocol. Just again click on connect, download RDP file and just open the file and click on connect. Yes, right now it is asking me to enter the password. Just click on OK. Yes, click on yes. So you are trying to connect to the two servers. The name of the two servers are web server 1, web server 2. Why you are going to connect? In order to install the IaaS service on top of the VMs. So here, first of all, which server you want? Web server 1. Click on the web server 1. Here, if you click here, you will be able to see web server 1. Just click here, cancel it. Here, by default, you will get the server manager dashboard. So here, just click on add roles and features. If it is displaying message, because of still it is going to get the data. The machine is not yet ready. Once the machine has been ready, it is going to allow the option. Just now it is enabled, I hope. So right now there is no services has been installed. Just click on add roles and features. Just click on next, next, next. Here which server role you want to install? Web server IaaS. Just add features. Next, 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 install. So you simply need to select the IaaS service, then click on next, next, next. Automatically the IaaS service will be soon it will be installed on your machine. In the meanwhile, I am going to show to you one thing guys. Suppose the public IP is what? The public IP is, just copy the public IP. If you copy the public IP over internet, it is not going to display anything, because of right now it is a simply server. I am not installed any service on top of this server. So that's why it is not showing anything. So once the IaaS service has been successfully installed, then it is going to display some content. the service is successful. In order to indicate the service which you are going to install or which you had installed is successfully running. If you are getting some default page, it clearly indicates the service which you had installed is successfully running on top of the server. So go to web server 1 and again refresh, check whether there is any progress or not. So in the meanwhile, what I need to do here, just check on it. So it will take some time to get it installed. In the meanwhile, what I will do, I am going to install the IaaS service on top of web server 2 as well. So here just click on yes, no worries, cancel. Here go to add roles and responsibilities, next, next. Guys, this is a server 2 guys. The in web server 1 already the installation of IaaS service is in progress. So here I am going to install the same IaaS service on top of web server 2 as well. Just click on next, 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 install. So it is going to start the installation process of IaaS service on top of web server 2 as well. It is not taking that much time. Soon it will be installed. So once it has been installed, it is installation succeeded on web server 1. Fine, just close it. And if you try to access right now, so just go to home and go to virtual machines. Here go to web server 1 and copy the IP address. What is the IP address? Here, this is the IP address. Just cancel it. This is the web server 1 public IP address. Just click on. Maybe it takes time, but soon it is going to display some kind of basic IaaS service page. Then we can understand, yes, the service IaaS has been successfully installed on top of the server. Guys, just wait for some moment. It is going to display the content. Refresh it, refresh it, refresh it. Otherwise, just copy it and go to the Intego tab, new Intego tab, just paste here, enter. So as it has been deployed over East US now, so that's why it may take time to reach out the mission, but soon you will be able to see the default page of IaaS service. Click on reload again. Here this is the web IP name. So yes, this is the IP address. Here I am going to refresh it multiple times. So in the meanwhile, what we will do, so just check in the server 2 is my web. Yes, still the installation is in progress. Maybe it will take some time. So installation started on web server 2. Yes, reload. So here, so once by showing the default page to you, we will move to the next step. Okay, we need to wait until it is displaying some kind of default page. So why it is not displayed some kind of default? Yes, right now are you seeing this internet information service? Because of the server right now is ready, means IaaS service is already installed and it is working successfully. What I need to do, if I have any kind of web content is there, I just need to post here. How I will be able to post? I am going to show to you guys. Just go to the web server 1. Here just click on files, just go to this PC and in the C drive you have the inetpub. Go to inetpub and go to www root. Here select all, delete. Here you are going to paste your thing. So what I will do here, as it is lab purpose, I am going to create one new text document and go inside of the document. This is a web server 1. Okay, I am going to mention the same web server 1 file, save as, and here you need to set all files. Here you need to set name as index.html. click on save. Then automatically what will happen here, you will be able to see the internet symbol. So here you just need to delete the text document. Simply fine. Close it. Here if you observe, I'm going to show to you, and web server 2 as well. What I will do, so go to web server 2. Here just check, yes, it has been successfully installed. Then go to this PC. Then here as well you need to do the same setting. Go to Windows, inetpub, www.root. Here you need to select all those, delete, create one new text document, yes, and enter. So do not set any name, and here you just need to mention web server 2. Click on file, save as, index.html. So here you need to select all files, index.html. Just click on save. Just close it. Here, are you observing the internet symbol? One file will be generated with the internet symbol, and delete the text document. Okay, close it. Close it. Here, come down. So here earlier, if I paste this IP, it is showing some default page. Right now, it is going to show it as web server 1. Just do the same. Yes. Is it display the web server 1 or not? Yes, because of this is the content which I had put on top of the IIS service. So that's why it is going to display the same. Suppose if you have the real-time content in the real-time scenario, you are going to paste the web service over this path only. Yes, okay. And the second thing I need to done is, here I have the successfully 2 servers are there, but these 2 servers has been associated with the public IPs. Here I don't want to hit my traffic directly to these servers. Through the load balancer only, I need to hit the traffic. So for that purpose, what I will do, I am going to deassociate the public IP which has been associated with these 2 servers. For that purpose, what I will do, just go to web server 1 and click on network settings. Here what you have, network interface NIC code. Just click on the network interface code. Here just click on the IP config 1. If you see associate public IP, the option is enabled. I am going to disable this option. Just click on save. In the similar way, in the web server 2 as well, go to network settings, go to the NIC of the web server 2 and click on the IP config 1. Here also just disable and save. Right now, for both the web servers, you just deassociate the public IP. Means right now you can't be able to access these 2 VMs or servers with the help of RDP protocol, because of the public IP has been disabled. Without having the public IP, how you can be able to connect to these missions? Either you need the explicit rule, or either you need load balancer, or either by using the Azure Bastion host only you will be able to connect to these servers. So here what I will do, here I am going to add the public IP to the load balancer. So quickly I am going to create the load balancer. So here type load balancer. Okay. Are you see? Here we have application gateway, Azure front door and CDN profiles, load balancer and traffic manager. So we are going to discuss each and every load balancer, but right now in this session we are going to discuss about the Azure load balancer or network load balancer. Just click on load balancer, just click on create. Here it is asking you to select the subscription pay as you go, and I am going to select the resource group RG1, and I am going to name as my application load balancer 1122. Okay, the name has been accepted. It should be unique, and I am going to host my application in the East US region only. Here SKU means size. If you want, here you need to select the standard or gateway. Where you are going to select the standard? If you want to distribute the traffic to the backend resources, you are going to select the standard. Otherwise, if you want to direct traffic to the virtual network appliance or network virtual appliance, Here you are going to select the gateway. Got it points? If you have any network virtual appliance or network firewall or something is there, if you want to direct the traffic to the virtual appliance, then you are going to select the second option. But here my requirement is I just want to route the traffic to the backend resources. Here what is my backend resources? Virtual machines. Here which type of load balancer you want to host? I just want to host the public load balancer. Here the time is I just want to implement at the regional level only. Okay, just click on next. Here it is asking you front end IP configuration. It is just a kind of mediator between the servers and application. Means whatever the traffic which is going to hit your application, first of all it is going to hit to the front end IP configuration. From this it is going to hit the backend pools. So just click on front end IP configuration. Here why this error happened? Because of this missions didn't have the public IP associated with them. Because of that the RTP has been disconnected. With the help of the public IP only we can be able to RTP the mission, but right now the public IP has been disabled, so that's why we can't be able to RTP those two web servers, web server 1 and web server 2. So here I need to set the name, front FIP, front end IP 1, and I am going to set the name as IP version 4 because of we are going to use IPv4 only, so that's why I'm going to set the IPv4 only. IP type, IP address and public IP. Here you have two IPs, even though you deassociated, but right now you have two IP addresses are there in your account because of these two IP address has been successfully created, but you just deassociated. You are not deleted. You just deassociated. Here I am going to select the web server 1 IP. If you want, you can select the web server 2 IP as well. This is the name of the IP. Inside what we have some kind of static IP is there. Okay. So I am going to allow some kind of public IP. So here I just selected. If you do not want, you can create the new one as well. And gateway load balancer, just select none. Click on save. Here successfully you had added the front end IP configuration. Just click on next. Here I am going to add backend pools. Here you just want to set the name. Here I am going to select BP1. BP means backend pool 1. I am going to select the which virtual network. I am going to select the VNet1 which I had created in the resource group 1. Here you want to set the NIC of IP addresses, how you want, with the help of the NIC or with the help of IP addresses. Here with the help of the NIC I just want to route the traffic, so that's why I am going to select NIC. Just click on add. Here how many NICs I have? Two NICs. One NIC for one virtual machine. Here right now how many virtual machines I have? Two virtual machines. So that's why two NIC cards has been displayed here. Just click on add. But these two NIC cards has only having private IP only. It doesn't have public IP because of we had already deassociated with these missions. Okay. And here if you observe it, these two servers are a part of availability set 1. Fine. Just click on save and click on next. Inbound rules. Here we are going to set some kind of inbound rules for our load balancer. Click on add a load balancing rule. Here I am going to name as inbound rule 1. I am going to select IPv4. The front end IP address is FIP. This is the which I had created, front end IP, and backend pool is BP1. Here my rules, I am going to define the rules, the inbound rules for the load balancer. So where the traffic will be hitted, front end IP. Where it is going to distribute, backend pool. Inside of the backend pool, what the servers we have? Two servers. Server 1, web server 1, web server 2. These two servers are in which availability set? AVS availability set. And protocol TCP, and port number I am going to set 80. Here just a moment. 80. Here just 80, and the backend port is also 80. Here, okay. Here you need to select the port, which port number you want to allow. Port number 80, backend port 80, and health probe. If you want to maintain the health probe of your virtual machine, then you can. Otherwise, you can ignore. If you want to create, just click on create. The name of the health probe one is HP1, health probe 1. So you can, it is going to check the health of your virtual machine for every 5 seconds. If you want, if you want to increase that, yes, it is going to check your health of your virtual machine for every 60 seconds. If there is any issue, then immediately it is going to trigger an alert. It is going to show to you. Okay, just click on save, and ideal time out is 4 minutes. And here outbound source network address translation SNAT recommended, use outbound rules to provide backend pool members access to the internet. Here, by enabling this option, what will happen? The backend servers will be able to access the internet, means outbound traffic, with the help of SNAT. Just click on save. Here successfully we had added inbound rule as well. And if you want to set some kind of outbound rules, here you can just click on here. If you want to set the outbound rule, you can. Otherwise, if it is not required, and you can exclude or ignore right now. Just click on tags, and if you as you know, the tags are important, but it is not mandatory. Just click on review plus create. It is going to validate. Once the validation has been successfully passed, just click on create. It is going to create the Azure Load Balancer. So once the load balancer has been created, I am going to show it to you guys. For all the VMs, or right now we have two VMs on. For two VMs, it is going to show the same IP. So here I am going to show the difference to you. So just click on the virtual machines right now. Here right now the virtual machines didn't have the public IP address. Did I have any public IP address? No, right now I just disabled. But once the load balancer has been successfully completed or deployed, then these two machines will get some kind of public IP. Which public IP? Whatever the public IP which has been associated with the load balancer, the same public IP is going to display here for the two VMs. In real-time scenario as well, how many VMs you have, for those many VMs, the same public IP will be utilized. So just go to resource. Yes. Just refresh here. You will be S. Here, are you able to see? Earlier, I don't have any public IP associated with. Right now, I have public IP associated with this IP. So, how many VMs you have? For all VMs, it is going to show one single public IP address. The IP address is 172.190.181.0. And copy this IP and here refresh it. It is going to show web server 2. If you refresh here again, here it is going to redirect your traffic to web server 2. Sometimes it is going to distribute your traffic to web server 1. So it is going to decide. So based on the load on your virtual machine, it is going to distribute your traffic to these two web servers. Okay, here right now it is going to divert the traffic to the web server 2, because of there I just mentioned web server 2. So if you try to access, again it is showing web server 2. Hit, and if I try it from some into a tab, where it will go, just please have a look at it. Just continue site. Yes, it is going to web server 1. It is not going to web server 2. It is not mandatory every time it is going to web server 1 or web server 2. It is going to distribute the traffic to the web server 2 and web server 1 simultaneously. Simply it is going to balance the load among these two servers. In the real time as well, how many web servers you have, in that many servers, the load balancer is going to distribute across those backend servers. This is the what will happen in the real time scenario as well. Suppose in this scenario, suppose if the web server 1 or web server 2 down, what will happen? Entire rack will down. What will happen? No worries, because of we had set some kind of high availability option for our VM. Even though the web server 1, web server 2 in the same rack has went down, no worries. As I said, fault domain 2, two fault domains will be created. From the fault domain 2, the application is going to run and will be accessible to the end users. So this is what the advantage which we will get by making the high availability option for our VMs. Okay guys, I hope this session will be useful for you. So once you have completed the activity, please guys, without forgetting whatever the work you have, do the work after the deletion of this resource group. Simply delete the resource group, copy here, delete. It is going to delete all the resources which has been created inside of this resource group. This is the beauty of the Azure. Okay, in this way we are going to implement the Azure Load Balancer in the real-time environment as well. We are going to do in the similar way only. Okay guys, so hope you guys understood, and in the next session I am going to tell you about traffic manager profile. Okay, then okay guys, thank you for watching my videos, and I will meet you in the next session with the topic TMP. Until signing off, thank you, bye bye.